ReviewTyme is the home for all things theme parks. Stay up to date with our videos by subscribing and tapping the bell icon. Around the world, hidden in small details throughout some of our favourite Disney attractions, are hints and clues to a secret organisation that could almost be considered the Marvel Cinematic Universe of Disney theme parks. If there's one thing Imagineering has always excelled in, it's storytelling. Completely original rides such as the Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean have compelling, deep storylines, of which parts may not be discovered until your 10th or even 100th ride. But arguably the ultimate storyline ever created by Imagineering is that of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, the secret club that ties together the storylines and characters from some of the greatest Disney attractions in the world, including Mystic Manor, Tokyo Disney's Tower of Terror, and even classic favorites such as Big Thunder Mountain. For ReviewTyme, I'm Luke, and this is the story of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, Disney Parks' Secret Society.
The mission of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers is to collect, conserve, and curate valuable cultural and artistic artifacts from around the world and make them available to the public in an artistically pleasing and sensitive manner. It is furthermore the mission of the organization to equip and mount socio-cultural expeditions to discover, explore, chronicle, and protect the artistic achievements of human society, past and present, exalted and forgotten. See mission statement.
Whilst the Society wasn't introduced to the realm of Disney theme parks until 2001, the in-universe storyline of C dates back to its founding on August the 12th, 1538. Founded by original members Captain Mary O'Chenier, Harrison Hightower III, Dr. Albert Falls, Barnabas T. Bullion, Lord Henry Mystic, and Jason Chandler, C is dedicated to the continued exploration of the world's oceans and exotic lands, and is guided by the four concepts of adventure, romance, discovery, and innovation. The first in-park appearance of the Society came in 2001, with the opening of arguably the best Disney park in the world, Tokyo Disney Sea. One of the opening day attractions was Fortress Explorations, a walkthrough experience where you explore an immersive fortress filled with a series of challenges, which upon completion would see you inducted as a member of the Society. Fortress Exploration is almost the modern version of Tom Sawyer Island, and was created by C to help promote the sharing of nautical and scientific knowledge for world exploration. The story also continued through to the nearby Magellan's Restaurant, the official meeting place of the Society, which even features a hidden wine cellar behind a bookcase. Little did we know back in 2001 that this small, imagined society created for this one-off walkthrough experience and restaurant would grow to encapsulate almost every Disney resort around the world. The first introduction of C into wider Disney Parks lore was the post-editing of Pleasure Island's well-loved Adventurers Club into the official storyline of the Society, making Merryweather Pleasure, the namesake of the entire downtown Disney Pleasure Island area, an official member, and the Adventurers Club his branch of the Society. If you are interested in learning more about the sadly lost but never forgotten Adventurers Club and the history of Merryweather Pleasure, check out the ReviewTyme video we've already done on the club. The first major original expansion of the C story came about in 2006, when for the 5th anniversary of Tokyo Disney Sea, Imagineers imported the Tower of Terror. However, the Twilight Zone as a franchise is not really known in Japan, so instead they took the chance to theme the ride to one of the founding members of C, Harrison Hightower III. Hightower, who bears a striking resemblance to that of Imagineer Joe Rohde, was the first member of C to truly get his backstory built out. Hightower was a collector of exotic artifacts, However, his methods of acquiring said artifacts were not always favourable, often resorting to stealing, lying and cheating to get what he wanted. His fatal mistake was acquiring the Shiriki Etundu idol from a remote African village, angering the gods and cursing Hightower, who disappeared within his own hotel on New Year's Eve 1899. The full story of the Hotel Hightower and Harrison himself is something we will look at in an upcoming video though, so watch this space. It wasn't until 2013 that C would finally see itself spread outside of Japan, apart from the previously mentioned retconning into the Adventurers Club storyline. Mystic Point at Hong Kong Disneyland is home to Mystic Manor, one of the world's best rides, and the residence of Lord Henry Mystic and his mischievous pet monkey Albert. The trackless dark ride sees you exploring Lord Henry Mystic's incredible collections of antiques and artifacts collected using much friendlier methods than that of Harrison Hightower III. The most exciting mentions of C though in Mystic Manor are spread throughout the queue, and even includes a group portrait of a number of official members of C, some who were already known at the time, such as Harrison Hightower grasping the Etundu idol, some who we would meet a few years later, including Mary O'Shaughnier, as well as some, to this day, we have still yet to know much about. Further mentions of C and Mystic Point can also be found in the nearby Gardens of Wonder, as well as the Explorers Club restaurant, a meeting point for members which even features some artwork, masks and sculptures, which originally adorned the walls of the shuttered Adventurers Club. 2013 also saw C come to a fan favourite attraction at the Magic Kingdom. After its major refurbishment, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad reopened with an interactive queue, as well as a brand new backstory, involving Big Thunder Mining Company founder and C member Barnabas T. Bullion, who bears a striking resemblance to famed Imagineer Tony Baxter. Bullion considers gold as his birthright, but the curse of Big Thunder Mountain destined anyone who attempted to mine it to fail. 2013 was also the year that C came to the sea, aboard Disney Cruise Line in the Oceaneers Lab, home to Mary O'Shaughnier and her pet parrot Salty, a treasure hunter and diver who found her fortune uncovering buried treasure on Castaway Cay. Mary O'Shaughnier's story was then further developed in 2017 with the opening of Misadventure Falls at Typhoon Lagoon Water Park. The ride is themed as the shipwreck site of the MS Salty IV, which ran aground during a storm. And the attraction even features an animatronic version of Mary's pet parrot, Salty. In 2015, the Society's lore saw massive expansion all over the globe, first of which was with the opening of Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs. The bar is owned and inspired by Indiana Jones's personal pilot from the beginning of the first film, and thanks to newly found information in the bar, a member of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers as well. A few months later, we saw the first ever temporary overlay connected to C in Hong Kong Disneyland's Halloween Jungle Cruise, The Curse of the Emerald Trinity, an overlay which followed the story of Professor Garrett Reed's attempts at stealing the Emerald Trinity set of jewels. Reed was a disgraced archaeologist and former member of C who was kicked out by Lord Henry Mystic himself for using, shall we say, questionable tactics in the way he acquired his archaeological finds. The final 2015 addition to C was one of the biggest in how much it expanded the story. The Jungle Skipper Canteen at the Magic Kingdom was founded by Society member Dr. Albert T. Falls. Yes, that Dr. Albert Falls, the namesake of the Jungle Cruise's notorious Schweitzer Falls. Albert was a famed adventurer who started the Jungle Navigation Company to move cargo up and down the world's most remote rivers. However, it was his granddaughter Alberta who decided to open up both the Jungle Cruise and Skipper Canteen to tourists, creating the experiences we know and love today. Inside the Skipper Canteen is a secret society meeting room, complete with an abundance of items and references to sea members, including society fezzes for characters such as Henry Mystic and Merryweather Pleasure, ocean findings of Mary Oceaneer, and a ton of books written by members, including my personal favourite, Expedition Everest, Search for the Yeti by Harrison Hightower III. A nice homage to the man Hightower resembles, being the lead Imagineer of Disney's Animal Kingdom and Expedition Everest. Putting more explorers and adventurers into Adventureland was further achieved in 2018 with the opening of Disneyland's Tropical Hideaway, a restaurant expansion to the Enchanted Tiki Room, featuring decorations dedicated to members of Sea and their expeditions. Members of the Society made it a tradition to display a paddle from their most recent expedition when they visited the Hideaway. 12 oars exist in total, referencing some well-known members of Sea, including Hightower, Mystic, and Pleasure. Characters we still know very little about, including Professor R. Blauheimel, a name which cleverly translates to blue sky, referencing the Imagineering stage where the sky's the limit, and even one oar referencing a member we would meet shortly after. The most recent addition to the Sea universe brought it back to where it all began, with the opening of Soarin' Fantastic Flight at Tokyo Disney Sea. Camellia Falco is an avid pilot and inheritor of the Museum of Fantastic Flight, wherein she would adapt Da Vinci's flying machine plans into the Dream Flyer, a glider that Falco's spirit would invite guests aboard when they visited the museum after Camellia's death in 1901. Of course, all around the world there are also smaller mentions to the Society as well, including the Café Hyperion in Disneyland Paris, which is owned by the known Sea member Captain Brieux. The UK Pavilion in Epcot contains a Society of Explorers and Adventurers handbook amongst its book collection, and the Abracadabra at Disney's Boardwalk Inn contains a Sea Fez. Then there are things that may or may not be part of the official canon, such as the Haunted Mansion bride's final husband George, featuring the surname of Hightower. And I'm sure there are even references out there at Disney parks that us Disney fans are still yet to find. I think the true magic of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers is that it adds an extra layer for big Disney park fans to seek out and embrace without being distracting for those guests who don't know or care about the club. It's a shame that so many Disney Parks editions lately seem to be IP focused, as it doesn't really allow for Sea to have its story developed further, as apart from Jock Lindsay, all Sea members are original Imagineering creations. But over to you. What's your favourite implementation of the Society storyline in Disney parks? And do you know of any other mentions that I left out of this video? Let us know in the comments section. From the home of all things theme parks, I'm Luke for ReviewTyme. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing.